Hixson's best kept secret.
So I am very happy this morning to introduce you to David Daniel. He has got a hobby that he's kind of turned into a business, and it's called Blind Spot Property Monitoring Service. What it really is a whole lot of fun, and he's the man who does all the legwork for you so you can sit back and enjoy the fruits of his labor. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
And typically I begin a conversation at the beginning. David said, let's please begin at the end for a little bit this morning because he wants me to go ahead and give you this number to write down. It's a number where you can text him. It's 423-463-2080. We'll show it to you again. But the reason is because you're doing a giveaway. You want people to listen to a key word you're going to say. Is that right?
Absolutely.
So at the end of our conversation, you're going to say a word.
That's correct.
And that's the word that you want someone to text you. Why?
Yes, and that person that sends me the first text will receive a 3-day service from Blind Spot.
Okay, so let's tell people what Blind Spot does. I'm going to set you up.
Okay.
And then you go.
Yep.
So like so many people, years ago, David got a trail cam. He opened it up and he said, what the heck? It was impossible to figure out. He gets his son to come over and help him. And then some magic happens. The trail cam works. You discovered wildlife you didn't know you had.
Yeah, with this, after 2 days, we looked at the video and I had coyotes at my back door and I never really realized, nobody had ever said, hey, you've got coyotes out here.
Right.
And I lived in that house for 3.5 years.
So it was fun.
Absolutely.
And then you found other people had similar experiences where they wanted to use it, but they couldn't figure it out either.
Yeah, you know, you've got a lot of instructions with it. You've got small buttons to press. I've got fat fingers, and the display is small. So it works out great if you've got somebody that can help you through that, and I am available for that. Let me just give you an example. Somebody calls me on the phone and says, David, my dog keeps getting out of my pen. I don't know what's going on. I can't imagine how he's getting out. Every other day I come home from work and he's down by the road and it's frightening. So what I'll do is go out with a camera, and I would suggest the 3-day package. I've got a 3-day package or a 7-day package. And you know, after 3 days I go back, we look at that video, and that's how the dog's getting out.
So it's kind of like a library, right? You can buy the book or you can check the book out from the library.
There you go.
So what David's done is he's developed this property monitoring service. He's got the technology. You contact him with the needs you have. He brings the trail cam, and like you were saying, they can choose 3 days or 7 days. Is that right?
Yes, and let me mention, I have a DIY program which I wish everybody would use. If you feel like you're a little bit tech savvy, if you can listen and follow instructions given verbally, and you've got some patience for trial and error, we do a DIY program. I come to your house, I bring the camera with me, we go over the features and the benefits, what the camera will do, what it won't do. Then we'll do a couple of practice videos and let you do those.
Okay.
And at the end of that training, here's the really good part. The camera we just programmed for you is yours. I'm leaving it with you to keep.
That's great.
So that you are armed and dangerous and ready to do those backyard cookouts this spring coming up soon.
Now let me say, and I want to get back to the fun of those backyard cookouts, but you mentioned armed and dangerous.
Yeah.
You do want to stress this is not the same thing as a security camera.
Absolutely, I appreciate you mentioning that. With everybody following the Nancy Guthrie situation, you know much too much about security cameras, more than you ever want to know. That is not this. This is a very simple camera. It's like hunters use. And there's no internet required, no Wi-Fi. Nothing is saved in the cloud. This is a very secure unit, and the only copy of the video that we make is right here. At the end of the process, you get the card. If you want me to sit down with my laptop and show you the videos that you captured, I'll do it. If you'd rather look at those videos, you know, at your leisure, I'll leave that with you.
So I'm glad that you took the little SIM card out, because he mentioned the backyard cookouts. I would have never thought about this, but you were saying that it's great if people are having a family get together, they can contact you, you come and you can set it up, they get to enjoy their fun time with family, but this is capturing it all. So you've got the memories, but you're a part of it. You're not having to have the designated person capturing the moments. You're doing that.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
It absolutely is, and I can't wait for Halloween. That's going to be a great time.
It is a passion project for him. So now how do we do the password that you want people to text you? How do we give that away?
Okay, so we're getting close to the end
We
of
are
our
at the
visit.
end.
So if you will text me FREE, F-R-E-E, free.
Okay.
That's all I need. The first text that I receive that has that word, then we're ready to go.
Okay, here's that phone number again, 423-463-2080. The key word is free. You can find him on Facebook too. It's called Blind Spot Property Monitoring Service. A great idea. And there's his email too. Thanks, David.
Thanks, Julie.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bragg with Bragg Weight Loss. If you want to lose some serious weight but you don't want to risk the injections, our program is all natural, and the only side effect is that you can lose 20 or more pounds in 40 days. Call Bragg Weight Loss today.
Know a nurse who deserves a special shout out? Nominate them for Nurse of the Month on Local3News.com. Then watch Local 3 News at noon and 4 on the first Monday of each month to meet the Nurse of the Month. Sponsored by Tennessee Center for Nursing Advancement.
Have you ever heard a voice that sounds like an old friend? Takes you right back to the kitchen. You can almost smell the cake that your grandma made on your birthday. Home. 'Cause it feels like home. Feels like home. Feels like home.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
Technology is everywhere. Count on Local 3 News to help you get the most of it. Ways to make life easier, save some money, and protect your family from scams. What the Tech? Weekdays at 5:30.
It's brought to you by TVFCU.
Hi, I'm Nick Pistone of Client of Bragg Weight Loss. If you want to lose some serious weight but don't want to risk the injections, give Bragg Weight Loss a call. The program's all natural. I lost 35 pounds in 40 days. Call Bragg Weight Loss today.
If you are looking for furniture for your home, then no doubt this is the time of the year you have been waiting for. Chris Stevens is back on the show with Total Concepts Furniture, and every year between mid-February and mid-March, she kind of plays Santa Claus.
Oh, it's wonderful. I love it.
This is your custom order sale.
Yes.
So it's going on now. Time's already a-ticking. Runs through March 15th.
Yes.
Big savings on the table here, right, Chris?
Yes, yes. We start with retail. And we're discounted off of retail every day, but we're never 50 off retail until it's this sale, and then the same type sale in the fall.
Okay.
So it's twice a year for us. It's one that our customers know is coming, and they watch for it. But you can be a new customer.
So here, yes, you can absolutely be a new customer, because let's face it, furniture, when you buy it the right way, is not something that you have to then buy a lot of, right? You kind of make that initial investment, and if you have the right advice, it's going to last you decades plural.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. So let's talk about the advice, Chris, because you walk through those doors. I've done it. The first thing you see is the beautiful showroom, and you think, ooh, I love this piece, and then, ooh, I love this piece. First of all, y'all are very careful, I think, in how you greet people. You want them to have time to look for themselves.
Right. Our girls will take turns on the door, and they'll come up, greet you, show you around the showroom, or just let you stroll. Sometimes people just want to stroll, and then we'll go back in the design center, and we'll be there. So when you're ready, you're ready.
It is a true design center.
Yes, it is.
So this is not just people who are there to greet you, they know their stuff. It's not just you.
There are 3 designers at our store, Sandy and Gracie and myself, and any one of us can help you go through the entire process, from measuring to drawing, space planning, and fabric and style.
You mentioned a key word, and that was the process.
Yes.
It's not necessarily a quick one because you want to make sure you're asking all the right questions to get them what they want, right? So how does that process start?
Well, when a customer comes in, we ask them, did you bring, and I'll tell you now, if you do come in, bring some pictures. If you have any measurements of the room, but the pictures are key. We're trained. We can pretty much look at that, look at a door, look at the wall that's left, and draw something that's really close. I think I brought a piece here. Well, I had it. There it is. This was like my little ugly drawing.
Yeah.
I even did this. I just ran out to the house, took the measurements. But then it turned into this.
What's very legible.
Right. Because scale is so important. You have to get the scale right, then the style, then the fabrics.
Okay, let's talk about that. Well, no, I want to talk about the fabrics for a minute, then we'll come back to scale. You certainly love, and you have in the store, things that are trending, but you like for people to really put their money into those staple pieces, right?
Yes.
The lasting parts.
Yes. And the major staple in the room is the sofa. Start with that. You may have a Cheryl sofa. You may have a sofa that you just bought. But we can work with that sofa. We can do a new sofa. But the fabric and the style of that piece and the size start the entire process. And then you choose chairs, recliners, ottomans, and then move to the next layer.
You said some people may be new walking through the store. You did some name dropping, and that's a good thing. You mentioned Cheryl. That's what you carry, American made and excellently made.
Yes. It's made in Hickory, North Carolina. And Cheryl's been in business for many, many years. It's a generational business, but our frames are so sturdy. We've talked about that before, about how they're going to last a lifetime.
You were focusing on the 3 of you who are designers, and I think it's so interesting what happens when you add colors in and then take those away and add new ones in. When she first set up over here, what she had were just these kind of, to me, warm-hued pieces, and my eye gravitated to those. That's kind of my natural way. But then she took more of a teal, cool color, and do you know it fits too?
And then you can add a pillow.
Right.
Or put this on a chair or on a side panel drape. I recently used this on side panel drapes.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So what are the trending colors right now? Is it this teal?
Well, they're the base colors are your warm beige colors, and then greens, blues, teals, but in the deeper tones, not necessarily.
Not the pastels.
Right. Unless you do it on the wall.
So you were talking about the space and getting the measuring right is important. Do people sometimes underestimate the big pieces they can put in there?
They do.
Because if you have a big room and you don't fill it to scale, it really makes the room not look right.
Right.
Doesn't it?
I had a gentleman one time that was buying a big sectional sofa, and I just happened to look around the corner. I said, have you checked that to be sure it will fit? And he goes, oh, it'll fit. I said, before you do that, why don't you bring me the measurements of the room? And sure enough, we had to drop it down. And he was like, I'm so thankful we did that.
So, okay, because these are custom pieces, y'all just finished the big floor sale that you had recently, where that was kind of come in and buy before it's gone. You can somewhat take your time with this one, right? To make sure you get it done the way you want it?
Yes, it may take 2, maybe even 3 visits, because we want to let you take fabrics home, check them in your home, check them with your paints, or bring it all in. And we'll work with you there.
There is never enough time to talk to her when she's here, which is why you've got to go and visit them at Total Concepts Furniture right there at Hamilton Place. They are closed on Sundays.
We are.
So go in Monday through Saturday, bring those measurements, bring your pictures, bring an open mind, and they will wow you. Great to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks so much.
A new year brings new possibilities, so why not transform the space you've overlooked? CRS epoxy floors deliver durability, style, and a finish that makes every day feel brand new. Chip resistant, stain resistant, simply unforgettable. Concrete repair specialists, you won't forget us.
Planning home renovations? Need gutters, windows, maybe a new pool? Get started today with Trust Federal Credit Union. Apply for a home equity line of credit, refinance, or get pre-approved for a mortgage from the comfort of your home at trustfcu.com. Get started today.
Is your home or building sending warning signals? Don't ignore uneven floors or cracks in walls or ceilings. These are definite signs of structural issues.
Visit StructuralSolutionsTN.com for your free inspection. Structural Solutions start here.
Hi, I'm Aaron Dixon with Insurance Advisors. Are you turning 65 or confused about your Medicare options in retirement? Give us a call.
I was turning 65 and Aaron made it so simple.
At Insurance Advisors, we make insurance simple.
In downtown Lafayette, Georgia, The Buzz is all about Pigeon Mountain Trading Company. We're your headquarters for all your beekeeping needs. Bees, hives, protective clothing, everything you need to harvest your own honey. We'll even teach you how. This spring, our standard hive kit is in stock and perfect for the beginner beekeeper. Plus, if you order your bees by February 28th, you'll get special pricing on a 3-pack of bees. Take the short drive to Lafayette and come see us at Pigeon Mountain Trading Company, or visit us on the web at pigeonmountaintradingcompany.com. See what The Buzz is all about.
Planning home renovations? Need gutters, windows, maybe a new pool? Get started today with Trust Federal Credit Union. Apply for a home equity line of credit, refinance, or get pre-approved for a mortgage from the comfort of your home at trustfcu.com. Get started today.
A new year brings new possibilities, so why not transform the space you've overlooked? CRS epoxy floors deliver durability, style, and a finish that makes every day feel brand new. Chip resistant, stain resistant, simply unforgettable. Concrete repair specialists, you won't forget them.
Jay and Brittany Hagee with Alon Planning Partners are back on the show with us this morning. The last time they were here, we talked about how money can be a real source of conflict in a relationship. We've all lived it. They've lived it too.
Yep.
But this time you're coming with kind of a 5-step how-to. Have the conversation,
checklist.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you talk about
money?
money?
It's really about the core conversations that every couple should be having. If you are married and you have said, hey, we're in this thing together, these are 5 conversations around money that you should be pressing into no matter where you are in life, no matter what phase or stage you're in. These are things you should be talking about. A few of them are kind of givens. For example, the first one, how are we spending? How are we saving? What does that look like? And are we on the same page? Do we have some guidelines around what that looks like? For example, you know, we have an agreement where we can spend up to a certain dollar amount before having a conversation around it, right? So basic things like that. That's really the first one.
How do you handle income and spending? How do you handle who pays the bills? How do you handle, it's just those kind of conversations that, you know, one spouse is more drawn to, I'm a financial mind, I want to handle these kind of things, and the other spouse may be like, sure, I'll let you handle those things, right? So how you handle income and spending is really where it starts. That's the common core. But as you move along, how do you handle risk? How do you handle not just risk tolerance in your portfolio, but risk in what you invest in general, right? And so you have to come into agreement of, here's how much risk not only I feel comfortable with, but to move we talked about vision casting last time. And to move our vision forward, how much risk is appropriate for us to take in order to get to the vision and goal that we have?
Okay, so
we have to talk through that.
So the first one was how's our spending?
That's right.
The second one is how is our risk?
How's our risk?
Okay.
Yep.
What does our risk look like? What levels of risk are we going to take?
Because there's always going to be a spender, there's always going to be a saver, there's always going to be a risk taker, and there's always going to be a risk avoider. Now, typically, you both may be risk takers, but there's going to be one that leans in a little bit harder than the other, right? I'm not saying that neither are risk takers, but in our relationship, I'm the spender, she's the saver, I'm the risk taker, she's more conservative than I am. It's not that she's not willing to take risk, it's just that I see an opportunity and I'm ready to jump, right? And so we have to have a conversation to, okay, I have to have a list of questions that I ask myself, how it fits our goals, how it makes our vision move forward. Is it something that is going to propel us forward, or is it something that may cause calamity?
That also makes you not be impulsive.
That's right. That's right.
It directs your decisions, which is the third thing.
Now you're informed.
Yes, exactly. It gives you a filter through which to make all these other decisions.
That's
so what's the third
So that's
thing?
3, setting the clear goals. What is the vision that we have?
I'm taking notes.
Establishing that, right? So having conversations around what are we actually working towards? Why is it important that we save? Why? What is it that we're actually working towards? Is it for our children's college or grandkids' education or a myriad of things it could be for? But what is the vision in the picture?
Okay.
That's the third.
Okay, and then fourth, Not if, but when. What happens when something goes wrong?
This is a big
Oh,
one.
you mean like when the compressor on my refrigerator went out, and then the dishwasher went out, and then...
That is true.
Yeah.
Those things happen. It's the world. But not only
Last
that.
week at my house.
But what happens when the risk that was taken fails? Right?
Yes.
Because not every risk you take is going to succeed. So there has to be a common denominator. And if we haven't had that conversation it fits our vision, it fits our goals, we're moving forward in this, taking the appropriate risk, even if it fails, we're together. Right? Now, if I'm taking that risk without her, and she says, you're on your own on this risk, right? I have to know I have to brunt the pain of that too, right? But if we're having that conversation together, and it's like when things go bad, because we all hope for the best, but we prepare for the worst, right? So if things go bad in the risk that I take, we're in it together, right? Because we had this conversation previously.
Okay. Well, but even deeper than that.
Look at them holding hands.
What if, I'm patting his leg. What if, I'm like, but what if something happens to one of us? I mean, this is the hard part of this.
That's a big one.
I understand that these conversations are really uncomfortable, especially for people who have been through trauma and difficult situations before. But this is a conversation I want to encourage folks to have, because if something were to happen to one of us in the couple, I want to know that the other is taken care of.
That's right.
Yes, and you can't have the answer be, but it's not.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because it will.
You got to press
That's
into
the wishful thinking,
Yeah,
and that's not
this
real.
is your encouragement to press into the uncomfortable conversations, because it is much better to have those conversations and make those plans on the front side and never have to face it than to have to make it on the back side when you have no options and you're backed into a corner and you're emotionally charged and grieving or struggling and having to make financial
And there's probably
decisions.
some pride in me in this, but like I also want to be a provider and a protector. So like for Brittany, even though she can handle her own, she's a fighter. But like if something happens to me, which men typically are predeceasing the ladies, I want to make sure she has nothing to worry about.
Right,
from a financial
and if
standpoint.
she's digging in on you saying, no, Jay, we've got to save, once you reach that step 4 to understand her point of what happens if something happens to you, it's her fear.
That's correct.
It's not her trying to control. Okay, what's number 5?
The 5th one is legacy. What kind of legacy do we want to leave? And of course that includes finances, right? What do we want to leave in an inheritance? But also in values. What do we want to leave to our family? What's most important to us? And again, this gives us the filter to which to make financial decisions and all of that to see if we are working towards that vision.
And that's where at my house, you as the spender would get the gold star, because my husband would say that part of the legacy is memories. So sometimes you do have to spend.
You spend to get those memories, right? And so we walk, whether you're an individual investor or a couple, when you come in, these are the things we're talking about. Not just numbers on a data spreadsheet or a chart. We're talking about real life experiences and what happens if. And so we create a values-based plan for you as well.
I think everybody watching just felt like y'all have been eavesdropping on them as well. We've all had those conversations. You can further it with them at Alon Planning Partners. They're doing these 1-minute financial tips, and I love their little tagline because they say your money is worth more than a minute. It is. Give them a call. They'll be happy to help you.
Ascension Living provides services and amenities to our residents.
It's such a close-knit group. It's so much like family.
Why wouldn't you want to live here too? Come home to Ascension Living.
You would think electricians would share electrician jokes, but they don't.
Do electricians listen to AC/DC or something more modern?
Right now, get $750 off installation of a whole home generator.
Do you have a problem property that you need to sell fast?
Call Chattanooga Property Solutions. We'll buy it as is for cash.
No repairs and no hassles.
We're your local family-owned team who will make it easy to sell your house.
Whatever your situation, we have a solution.
Inherited houses, financial circumstances, foreclosure, rental houses, and even land.
We'll buy it as is for cash, and we've helped hundreds of folks just like you. If we can't buy your house, we'll help you sell it.
Call us first. We have a solution for every situation.
Call 423-454-3070.
Spring is coming. Finding time for your yard isn't easy. Moses Landscaping handles it all so you don't have to. From cleanups to full transformation, Moses Landscaping is your one-stop shop. Moses Landscaping, your yard ready for spring. Book now.
At Tasteful Gatherings, we believe you are the special ingredient. Every event begins with your vision, your story, and the people you love most. Our award-winning family-owned team crafts menus inspired by the bounty of the Southeast. creating moments that truly last. From chef-driven cuisine to seamless decor and planning support, every detail is handled with care. Tasteful gatherings where every moment is crafted with heart.
Ascension Living provides services and amenities to our residents.
It's such a close-knit group. It's so much like family.
Why wouldn't you want to live here too? Come home to Ascension Living.
Thanks so much for sharing your morning with us here on 3+U. Tomorrow on the show, we're heading down to Ringgold, meeting one of the other semifinalists in the TVFCU